We counted 56 activities, 20 on voter services, 6 events, 19 civil discourse meetings, 11 training and education activities. And each one of those activities is supported by many committee and volunteer work hours. We also have outstanding work from our major standing committees, as listed here. And we thank all of those committees for their hard work. Individual members have stepped up with their ideas on activities, as did Valerie Steenson. She said, "We need more visibility." She and Alice Bunker worked actively with media, resulting in many contacts and publicity for the League. The Tribune, New Times, Times Press Recorder, features in Atascadero News, Information Press, Tolosa Press, Journal Plus, Information Press. And the book is on the press table, so take a look at it at some time. So in taking on the pub, that's a picture of that book that's back there. She made a plan. There's a big agenda on there. And this continued throughout the year. Within 10 days, she had us in the paper. So July 10th, so amazing work. We also have been in the Viewpoint. We've even stepped up to TV and radio news. And this is as seen on TV. And then Vera stepped up and she said, "You know, we're great at voter service, but we can do more." And so she said, "We serve the county. These are the activities throughout the county," those little red dots, where we've done something or multiple meetings. Notice she's traveled thousands of miles for the League in doing this. This is one of the expansions, the HOA, and this is one of the pictures of the meetings that she's held. We've had the Arroyo Grande Forum, the District Attorney Forum, co-sponsored by the Tribune, with the Tribune. It was a standing room only crowd, very successful, and earned us a bouquet in the Tribune. They said, we are polite, professional, unflappable, even-handed, and provide an indispensable service. Very nice bouquet. We've had forums for Supervisor District 2 and 4. This is a picture of our forum team at the break time. We run 2 adopt polls, assisting voters at the poll. This is a couple of our adopt poll teams. Many more people. It was hard to get them all because they come serially. We ran the 5 cities fire election. That was over 6,000 ballots counted. That was also computer assisted in the counting. We have 4 general meetings a year. The first one is the opening meeting in September. Chris Haney, the executive director of the California Budget Report, gave a dynamic speech, would you believe, on numbers in the budget. Second meeting we had was the traditional holiday party. We hosts Valerie and Leland Endress. And our chef supreme, you'll recognize some faces here, that gave us extraordinary hors d'oeuvres and holiday cheer. I'm sorry if you missed this delight, don't miss it this year. At New Frontiers, we held our 3rd general meeting. This was for program planning. And we held it right there in the middle of all the shoppers. And this is another person who stepped forward this year. Marguerite said, how about a panel on homeless? And she pulled together a dynamic group of people with lots of the county and other officials. We partnered with the Tribune. They gave us ads in the paper and terrific publicity. They printed handouts for us. And here's the team. You notice that it's a lot of teamwork to get anything done. And here's a picture of that homeless forum, and once again, it was standing room only, and a very diverse audience. We had the homeless all the way up to the directors in the community. We started this year, and this is the first of them, of a Meet Your Mayor. And we started in Atascadero, and Tom O'Malley gave us a wonderful tour of the renovated City Hall. and gave us the history and the issues of the present in Atascadero. We had a special education tour at the Diablo nuclear plant, and going into the situation room, what happens when all the sirens go off, and they gave us a demonstration. We heartily recommend that all members and the community take this inside tour of Diablo if you get the chance. And here's the tour group that went there. We really believe in training leaders for our future. And Anne Havlick started the Salon series, and we started our first workshop with social media. And here's our media team who presented and made it possible. The second forum was on forum training. We want more of these teams coming together and helping us out. Very successful, where we had experienced moderators and team folks passing on their information to the rest of us. This year, we instituted an extra half hour for our board meetings. Most people would groan, but what we did with that half hour was make it possible to bring in people with special hot topics and invite members to come and join us at the board meeting to listen to some timely issues like the first 5, the Phillips oil expansion, the Citizens United, and climate change. And we'd like to do more of that this year. So do join us at the end of our board meetings if you happen to be in town. You know that the State League updated the guide to California government, and through a gift of Kachiwasajan, we were able to provide copies of this guide to all of the schools in the county school system. And by asking the new director of the library, he said yes, and he put that also in all of the libraries in the county system. So we feel very good about that. After 10 years of not doing a study, last year at this time, you voted to do a study on civil discourse. Sharon Kimball, on the left, took on the task of chair, and we had meetings all over this county, in living rooms like Eleanor's living room, thank you, and the PG&E building, more meetings, and in restaurants. Everywhere there's a place we could gather, we're talking about civil discourse. The committee, you can see, had lots of meetings too, and we think we broke the record overall for meetings on any individual topic this year. And we had a very civil committee, and everybody knows how to practice what we are talking about. In training leaders, the state has the leadership conference in San Jose, and as in all conferences, it's the get-together where you really profit the most. And this is one of the techniques we learned there this year. It's called conversational mapping. That's a picture of it. Put your idea in the center and then have little wings of talks. And you do this all quietly. So it's very useful for controversial topics. And we'd like to try it out maybe next year, so keep tuned to that one. This captures the moment when Jennifer Wagner, the president of the State League, announced her stepping down as president and said that Helen would be taking her place. So we are very fortunate today, before Helen knew this, that we had signed her up to be our speaker. So we believe in other training workshops, and we had them held at the spokes training and meeting rooms. We're testing out, trying out some of the new webinars as part of the training, so the computer comes in really handy. And Alice Bunker, another one of those people who steps forward, said, you know, we need to become better informed. I want one-stop shopping for all voters and members for information so that we're tied together, that we stay connected. And here's a few of the things she does. And these are enormous tasks. She needs help. Do step forward and offer to help her. So we have, to stay connected, the voter. A beautiful, beautiful work that she's been improving throughout the year. You can see that it's good. You've gotten yours. You got one with your packet. Hope you liked it. Also, she's improved our website. And if you don't know this website, lwvslo.org, Put it down. Make it a simple click away out from your computer, because that's your one stop. You will be connected with all kinds of information about us, but also the State League with links, and also what's going on with the national scene, so LWBC. For all voting information, Smart Voter is the place to go. If you haven't seen it, you don't have to rely on what's in the paper or what's rumored. You can go here and get lots of information about the voter, about who's running in the campaigns. And to stay connected, pay attention to those little member alerts that come across to you. There are things that are happening immediately, something where you need to take some action, or don't forget to come to the meeting. And we, of course, want to thank our generous donors who have been providing for our needs. Without them, we would not have been able to survive. And we have many of them. You know that we actually live in a post office box and an answering machine. We have no home. So we find places to have our meetings. One of them, the people who generously, for free, given us lovely meeting rooms, is the Union Bank downtown San Luis Obispo, the PG&E Education Center, and the Community Foundation Board, where we have our board meetings. And here's what it looks like inside. That's your board at work. Your board could not have done all of these wonderful things without you, and we thank you. And we have so much to celebrate from the past year, but we can't wait to show you what's in store for this year.